Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Expert Mode. I am your host, Renovate. Today, guys, is episode number 15. We are recording on the FTOG.net server with a bunch of cool guys, so make sure you look in the description below and check out all their videos. Today, guys, we're going to work on a little bit of power generation. We need to get some just regular power, lots of power actually, to help our mass fabricator work a little bit better. So that's what we're going to be working on today in a kind of an old school way, I guess, not a traditional way, but it'll work. You'll see. But yeah, guys, I'm going to be doing this with Link. Make sure you check out his video too. He's actually already got most of this set up. It's just off to my side here. I'm not going to let you see it until we start. But yeah, guys, so let's get started. If you're new to my channel, please click that subscribe button, guys. We're really trying to get to 500 yet. We're moving. We're moving. You guys are helping. And if you're also liking any of the videos or anybody's videos, please always click that like button. It just lets us know we're doing a good job. Leave comments if you want or suggestions. You guys have been leaving some pretty good comments and suggestions. I hope that I've replied to all of them. I try to, at least. So let's get started, guys. Episode number 15. Alright, so here's the deal. We are getting lots of UU matter. We always have 10 buckets worth right here. But what we found out is we're not getting enough power for the mass fabricator. And there's two ways that we can help our production of UU matter. One is by taking the scrap, which we've actually started to get a net gain. We were getting a loss there for a while. But if we transfer the scrap into scrap boxes, it'll turn the amplifier up quite a bit. And if we give the mass fabricator more power, it'll also create UU matter a lot faster too, because I think it takes something like, if I read correctly, it's like 100 plus thousand RF per tick, or 100 some thousand RF just to produce one UU matter. So we got to produce a lot of RF, and we are producing quite a bit. We have a lot in storage. But we just got these connectors here, which we're still going to run into an issue with, but we got these connectors here that are just transferring 1,000 RF per tick, which isn't enough. So what we decided to do is create an energy source just for this machine only, this mass fabricator. And if I go down this tunnel, unless that's got the cable in it now, we can't get to it. Yeah, it does. So we got this, the redstone energy flux duct, which carries, I think, 8,000 RF per connection. And we've created a gigantic tree farm. And it is, yeah, and Link has been working on that all this morning. And let me show you, I made this the other day. These are steam dynamos. Now, these steam dynamos generate 80 RF per tick unless you put the upgrades in it. We went ahead and made the augmented upgrades, the 1 and 2. This will increase our energy output to 300 or 320 RF per tick. But instead of losing the efficiency, we went ahead and made these right here. Or I'm sorry, these are the efficiency ones. These are the energy ones. So we don't lose any efficiency as far as the coal that we're going to be burning through it. So we're going to be generating 320 RF per tick times 10. So that's 3,200 RF per tick. And we also have 2 extra ones that are already up there. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully this works.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And this is what Link's been doing. This thing's gigantic. And how big is this? 2 chunks? 4 chunks?
3 by 23, I think.
Oh yeah, so it's almost 4 chunks big.
We're using the max
Yeah.
upgrade, so 25.
That's cool. Cool. So all of the items are going to go into, these will be where the harvesters are going to sit. They will pull out all of the wood. The wood will go into what looks like storage on the back side here. I can't see what you got going on down there, but I'll jump in there.
Like that.
And then the wood will go into this furnace. Hopefully the furnace will keep up. You have to put, oh, you put the clockers in it. Good.
Oh.
And then it'll feed. Let's go up here and go back down inside. It's going to feed all of the coal through these impulse item ducts, which I really like now, instead of the transfer pipes. And then we're going to line up all these steam dynamos right up inside this tunnel. The power is going to drop down to the bottom here. There's a little glitch here on mine that shows that the pipes aren't connected, but they are. And then it drops down here, and then if you look down at the end of the hall, that's where we were. So that's how that's going to work. So we're going to set this up, and when we get all the pipes and everything set up, and all of the dynamos in here, it's getting kind of crowded. I'll jump back on here, and we'll show you how hopefully everything works out very smooth. So we'll be right back.
We'll be right back after these food commercials.
Yep, paid commercials. Alright, so we're going to take all these out of the... Which one is it in? There it is. So we're going to make 10 of these, and we're going to take all of these upgrades with us. And I honestly do not have room. So this is typical. When I start recording, I have all this trash in my inventory. And I had to look at the way Link had that set up, and now I understand what's going on. What the barrels for?
That's where all the wood, saplings, and apples are gonna go.
The extra wood?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna go there first, and then from there it's gonna go to the furnace.
It's gonna go to the barrels first?
Yes.
Why not put the barrels closer to the furnace?
Why you always gotta complain, bro?
I'm not. I'm just, if you're gonna come all the way over here, then you gotta go 20 blocks back.
This is the wrong series to be playing with you.
Okay, so we're gonna line these up inside here. I think I understand what's going on. It's gonna be a little crowded.
That's what I want. I want it compact.
And it is. So let's do... let's see, one here. And then one here. And we gotta put these upgrades in there. So we got, which one's the tier 1? Tier 1 and tier 2. So let's put these in an order, the way they need to go in. Like so. So these are the efficiency upgrades, and these are the power upgrades, like that. So we need one there, one there, one there, and then if you look over there on the left hand side, it shows the power output goes up to 320. That's excellent. And we need to do the same thing to all of these.
I mean, it's kicking them out pretty fast.
That's good. Well, I set up this
at 55.
55. Oh, okay. Well, I
So
set
like-
up the cyclic assembler, and we got to make a schematic.
So guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna let this run for a little bit, and we'll probably wrap up the video with Renovate. So I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So how do you do this? How do you do the blueprint? Where do you put the? Just put the
Put the blueprint in there, and that little there.
Yeah.
And then they got the schematic tab.
Oh, I see it. Oh, I see it.
You
Cool.
just put whatever you wanted to craft in there and hit the check mark. And once you do that, it sets the schematic.
Oh, it's 9 pieces of scrap. There we go. Cool. So we got that set. It makes one scrap box, and then in the mass fabricator, we're going to put this upgrade that I made. I'm going to show the recipe. It's right there. It's not too hard, but this is going to tell it to pull from the side that it's going to feed out of, and then we're going to pull from the top into the cyclic assembler. Cyclic?
But you need to make the hopper.
Really?
Hopper. Yeah. So it automatically pulls from that deep storage rather than on an item duct.
Okay, let's go make one of those real quick. Alright, so we played with this for a little bit, and now it is starting to suck in all the scrap. We just moved this up one and then took that pipe and put it underneath. And this thing is making a bunch of scrap. Now, when this buffer upstairs gets a bunch of power, by now it should actually, I would think. Let's go check
I took the scrap out of the mass fabricator.
I just want to see if these are all filled up.
What's filled up?
All
What
the
you got?
steam dynamos their buffers are filled. So let's turn this thing on.
The power itself.
Mm-hmm. Let's go back down here. Oh
Sorry.
man.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Live. Link's sneeze. All right, let's do this.
Pulled his back out. Again.
Again. All right, here we go. Ready?
Actually not that hard, believe it or not. I suffer from back problems.
You ready?
No, I'm not there. I'm too fast, man. I never gave you that jetpack. Alright, hit the switch.
I'm gonna put this pipe on and you tell me how fast it goes. Ready?
Alright, which one I'm looking into?
Mass fabricator.
Mass fabricator, here we go. Not doing nothing.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
There we go. Look at the progress though.
Was that faster than before?
Yeah.
I
Really?
don't remember. The amplifier number keeps going down a little bit for some reason.
Alright guys, so after about, I'd say 3 hours worth of figuring out something that we thought we were doing right, but we actually went 2 steps ahead instead of going 1 step ahead. So let me show you what we've done, and then this will explain everything. This mass fabricator, as we talked about, needs a lot of energy. It needs a lot of EU to produce or to keep the amplifier up, and the more power that it gets inputted in it, the progress actually goes faster. So what we did, we made the cyclic assembler, and it is completely filled with scrap, and it is making scrap boxes at a good rate, and it is pumping it into the mass fabricator. So this is keeping the amplifier up pretty high, which is good. Since the last time the last segment, we had about 9,000 UU matter. Now we're up to 12,200. So we've made over 3,000 UU matter in about 3 hours time. So about 1,000 for every hour, and that's awesome. In my opinion, that's awesome. So, but the problem that we were having was we weren't getting enough power to this at all. Even with the power that we set up outside, and I'll go up here and we'll go over it again just to show you. I know it was just in last segment, but we had to add a couple more harvesters because just the 2 weren't keeping up with the process. We also went ahead and made the resonant furnace, which you guys saw, and we put the upgrades on it. And we also made an alloy smelter because this one can actually produce 3 at a time. This one's actually a little bit faster than the resonant furnace, in my opinion. It might not be, I don't know. But it's keeping all of these steam dynamos powered. Now some of them will click off and on, and that's just because we're not generating enough coal right now. And we're going to fix this, but we're not generating enough coal. But these things are kicking on. There's 12 of these, so if you do the math, 12 times 320. And we also have just this solar, oh, I didn't mean to do that. We got just this single solar panel on here that's helping just produce a little bit more power. So that's all going underground down here to the back. Now here's where the big problem happened. We did all this and we were having it controlled. It came underground here, came around here, and came around here. I know this is a mess, but we had to get around this. And so we used an HV wire connector, which is that can transfer about 4,000 RF a tick. And as you can see up there at the top, it's transmitting, or the machine's actually using about 3,900. And that was fine, but what we had was these things were getting drawn down with power like crazy. We could not produce enough power to keep these things going. Then we ran into a problem where we couldn't keep up. The mass fabricator was getting so much power that the cyclic assembler could not create enough boxes to keep up with this. And our deep storage unit here went from like 12,000 down to nothing, and just, I mean, a manner of 30 minutes or so. It was a ridiculous amount that was getting taken away. So we made some of these impulse ducts, which are real simple to make. We went ahead and made 6 overclockers for every one of these recyclers. So every one of these has 6, and now we're producing a ton of scrap. We also had to make another cobblestone gem because the one couldn't keep up. So this one's producing 37 per stack, and this one's creating about 35, but it's producing what we need. So this is all working great. It's making exactly, and it's doing exactly what we want. This is completely filled. This thing is going up at an enormous rate. And then this thing is just continuing to produce. And as you can see, we're up to 12,200. So that's working great. And another thing that I did while we were doing all this and trying to figure out, I went ahead and changed all our culinary generators, just the standard ones, out for these 8-time ones. So these things are producing, these things are also producing, I think, 320. We could take like a cheeseburger out and put it back in. I guess they're all filled. But I'm pretty sure that these things are producing somewhere around 320 RF per tick. So if you count them up, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a single one. So we could take these and make the 64 times one, which I'm inclined to do. I think that'd be an awesome idea. I don't know, this one's yellow on the side. Maybe that's just the front of it. But yeah, that's what we've been doing, and this seems to work really well. And if you go over here and look, our energy cells are back to being filled. Now this one's just fluctuating because this one's fluctuating. It's odd how this works. Every other one fluctuates. It's kind of weird. Our nuclear reactor is also still on. If we go in here and look, it actually just, if you look at the number there, 86, it just refilled, so that's good. Which means if we go over here into the other room, we should have some plutonium sitting in this box. We do 47. That's excellent. So we're doing good on that one. So we finally got this thing to where we want it. It was a wild day of trying to figure out how to get all the mods to work together. The other thing that we also did is, instead of having that I think it was a reinforced or something, we had an energy cell here. This energy cell was kind of bottlenecking our power, so we just took it off and hooked up this high voltage into this MFE. This MFE, you can see, is an output of 512. It's staying pretty steady. And then once we hooked up all of these insulated tin cables, which these only transmit 32 EU a tick, and that's all that these things can actually input, is 32 EU per tick. But as soon as we did this, none of these had any power issues. They completely went full, and I'm not quite sure why. It was kind of odd because you've seen how we had it set up. So this is a little bit more of a clean setup. It's still not a nice, efficient setup, I would say, but it's working. And this is exactly what we were trying to do. All of this stuff that we did today was just so we could get this thing pumping, and this thing is going quite fast right now. So I'm really happy with that. I'm glad that Link and I was able to figure that out. He's been working like crazy, just making more of these. As you can see, we're still bottlenecked because we're not cutting the trees down quick enough, but there's really nothing that we can do about that other than making more of these. So we'll have to figure out that, but it's working for what we need, like I said. So I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I appreciate all the new subscribers that's been coming in. It's really making me want to do better things on the channel and on the videos, so I appreciate it. Also, please check out Link's and see what he was doing on the other side, and make sure you check out everybody else's. Their descriptions to their channels, their links to their channels are in the descriptions below. So yeah, guys, this has been episode number 15. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.